Naruto WK, and today we're doing what if Naruto had Godzilla's powers. So basically just radiation. So yeah, and the only one who knows about this is Naruto, and I'll get into that in a minute. But I gotta say some stuff. One, go follow me on TikTok at CartoWK. And yeah, comment down what series you want to continue. What if Naruto was an Ice Dragon Sage? And what if Naruto had all the tailed beasts? Those are the only one I'm thinking of continuing. But if you guys want any other ones to continue, just tell me. In this one, so 3 at the moment. So let's get into it. So Naruto will actually be born. And Naruto has a few powers. First, atomic breath. So this is like radiation, not just fire like Godzilla, but radiation. So and he has thermonuclear, which if you don't know, if you didn't watch King of the Monsters, Godzilla King of the Monsters, you would know that Godzilla can go thermonuclear, which is where he glows orange is red, and he can like disintegrate stuff. But this actually costs a lot of power and can damage people. So it's a last resort. And he needs to build up a lot of radiation. So you might be wondering, so he just has atomic breath? No, Naruto will still have he will have water nature, and that it. Because I don't want to make him too OP in this one, because I feel like I always do that. So Naruto, okay, let me just rephrase this. Naruto will figure out a way to go thermonuclear quite a few times to build up enough energy to do it. So let's get into it. So Naruto is 3 and he's running in the woods throwing rocks at a wooden target. And Naruto lets out some energy out of his mouth and it disintegrates 3 whole trees. And Naruto figures out that if he releases his chakra without doing any hand signs through his mouth or something, he creates radiation, which is pretty dangerous. So Naruto tries to keep his chakra under control, unless he's doing a hand sign, because this is what forms his chakra, the hand signs. So Naruto goes to the Hokage and says, "Will you teach me some jutsus?" "Yes, Naruto." And he goes to the training field that he has and starts teaching Naruto taijutsu. And he's a little bit of genjutsu resistance, because Naruto's not good at genjutsu. And he says, "Here, I'll teach you some jutsus." And Naruto says, "Okay, thanks." Naruto, when he was teaching him jutsus, one jutsu, the Shadow Clone Jutsu, interests him and says, "How could I change this to make my own?" And he gets an idea, just like a lightning clone, radiation, just pure radiation. So if you stabbed it, nothing would happen to it. You would have to destroy every single part of it until it couldn't hurt you anymore. So basically the hands, feet, stuff like that. Naruto says, he tries this. So he goes into the woods instead of being in the village. And Naruto hasn't been in the village in 2 years. He's either been with the Hokage or out training or just in his house. And some occasionally going to get some Ichiraku ramen. So Naruto, he would try this for at least 2 years. And he masters it. Because he knows that if he releases it, he can release radiation through his body, just like throughout, which isn't an ability that he has. So the only ability that he actually has is thermonuclear and atomic breath, which he knows about. But he hasn't figured out how to go thermonuclear again since he was at least 5. And Naruto says, I guess it's time to go to the academy. And Naruto's 7 now. and he knows Shadow Clone Jutsu, Water Dragon Jutsu, Atomic Breath, Radiation Clone. And he can create a lot of radiation clones, just like he can with Shadow Clones. And Naruto says, okay. And Naruto walks in. Everybody's throwing stuff, even Iruka. And before he even touches Naruto, it just disintegrates, since he's letting out a little energy. And they don't know it, but Naruto actually came up with something, and it's not a jutsu. It's more like armor, radiation armor. So now, if Naruto releases a little bit of energy all throughout, like his head, his feet, everything, not just one single point, all over his body, it creates a little barrier that can disintegrate almost anything. But Naruto only does this so nothing can hit him. It's like an ultimate defense. So if Garo tried to use sand coffin, his sand would disintegrate. He would still be able to use his sand, but since it's already super small, but it would just disintegrate even more. So Naruto, but he doesn't know Gaara. So Naruto, he is in class sitting down. Okay, class, we're gonna have sparring matches today. Only sparring. And he said we will be using the big field. No lethal jutsus. Naruto punches the desk. And he screams out, watch, you're gonna let whoever I'm fighting use a lethal jutsu. But, oh, I never get to use it, right? And he just sits back down and says, whatever, they won't even win. And he says, actually, I already picked the teams since the first day of school. And he says, in his head says, damn it. And he says, Ino Yamanaka versus Sakura Haruno. Choji Akamichi versus Shikamaru Nara. Chiba Inuzuka versus Hinata Hyuga. Shuno Aburame. You will fight the winner of Naruto's and Sasuke's match. And he says, well, I guess I forfeit. He says, why? Because I can't beat Sasuke. He says, yeah, damn right you can't. And Naruto says, I can. Pretty easy. Loser. And he goes to sleep. And a little later, they wake him up. Time for sparring matches now. Yamanaka Ino versus Haruno Sakura. Begin. I would say Ino wins this just because she has more clan techniques than Sakura, who isn't a part of the clan. Just a stupid civilian family. And Choji versus Shikamaru would go the same as in the original. They don't fight. So Naruto versus Sasuke would actually no. Kiba versus Hinata would take place and Kiba wins. And Naruto versus Sasuke, this is the only good match. Remember, no lethal jutsu, he winks at Sasuke. And then Sasuke runs at him, Demon One Shuriken, Shadow Jutsu. And Naruto sees when Dex try to go dunk under it, he sees that there's ninja wire and 2 shurikens, both attached with ninja wire. He jumps through them, and Sasuke yanks it. Naruto grabs it, pulls the ninja wire, and goes to stab Sasuke. Sasuke dodges, jumps back, fires off fireball jutsu. Naruto starts walking to Sasuke. And Naruto can use water style without any water source. Just because I don't want him to have to use water source everywhere. So Naruto starts walking towards Sasuke. Not even using his radiation armor. He's just walking towards Sasuke. And he walks through the fireball. And he gets burnt badly. but he's still walking towards Sasuke. Naruto runs up, tries to punch Sasuke. He dodges and he goes in for a palm strike. Naruto grabs his palm, kicking him in his stomach, throwing him down to the ground, judo slamming him. Sasuke gets up, running at him, and their feet hit each other like in the vision of, I think, where Naruto's parents were still alive. And yeah, so and Sasuke falls to the floor, but Naruto doesn't, and this is because he forgot about his radiation armor. But nobody could see it because it was just energy, nothing else. So he sucked back in the energy and goes for some punches on Sasuke. He threw Sasuke up, and Naruto did some hand signs really, really fast. And he says, "No, that's enough." And Naruto creates a radiation clone. Shut up. And Naruto is only doing this to Sasuke to draw out Itachi. You might be wondering why, but I'll tell you after the match. Naruto does a water dragon jutsu, and it bites onto Sasuke, crushing him. It doesn't puncture him since it's just water, but it crushes him, almost snapping him in half. But it doesn't, and he rushes back towards the floor. Naruto makes the jutsu disappear, grabbing Sasuke and pushing him outside the ring. And at this school, Naruto goes back inside and says, "Damn it, it didn't work." And this is before the Uchiha massacre, just like 2 years, I'm gonna say. And this is because Danzo and Hiruzen, Naruto found this out when he was 6. Danzo and Hiruzen ordered Itachi to kill his little sister. And this is Naruto, but she's dead now. So Naruto wants revenge on Itachi, Danzo, and Hiruzen. And Naruto, he says, "I'm just gonna leave this stupid village once I get my headband. And then I can prove that I'm a ninja. Make up and then say I'm actually a genin, so I don't have to take the stupid exams again." Now, 4 years go by and Naruto's 13. And the exams are coming up. And the Uchiha massacre happened, but this time Itachi didn't massacre everybody. He thought that it would be stupid just to wipe out the whole clan and not be able to rebuild it. So he left, because Izumi, I'm gonna say, didn't know about it. So he left Izumi, all the kids, babies and stuff, and Sasuke. But Sasuke still hated him for killing Fugaku and Mikoto. And this is when he became emo. So Naruto goes to school, graduation exams. Naruto doesn't, and he says, "Okay, Sasuke." He does 3 shadow clones. Sakura, one clone, not even a shadow clone. Ino Yamanaka, 2 shadow clones. But Sasuke could do like 5, but he don't want to. Choji, he does a bug clone. Kiba, 5 regular clones. Shikamaru Nara, he does a shadow clone, but this is like, oh, and one of them that I am continuing is what if Shikamaru was Naruto's brother. Forget about that one. But this is shadow clone, so it attaches to the closest shadow nearby. So as long as you have at least a shadow nearby that isn't moving, the target can't move unless they're super strong enough to break the jutsu. And he creates 5 of these. And Naruto walks up, doesn't do a hand sign, doesn't do anything, but 60 Narutos appear. And then Iruka says, touches one, and he burns his hand. Ow, he thinks. And he just absorbs the radiation back. And Naruto's thinking of something to do. Naruto knows that he's gonna leave this stupid village. just leave it. So Naruto. So I will be doing a video of what if Naruto was in Sanji and Uchiha, but that will come in a later time. So Naruto, he passes flying car, right? He gets his headband, and then he goes to kill Sasuke. And if this won't bring out Itachi, then he'll just find out Itachi or kill Izumi. Naruto walks up to Sasuke after school. Now that I got my weapons, I will kill you. Naruto walks towards Sasuke. And he says, "Ha, dope, you can't even beat me. That's not what you said at the exams at the sparring match 4 years ago." And Naruto does a water dragon jutsu. But it just grabs onto Sasuke, bring him closer to Naruto. He grabs Naruto by his neck, grabs Sasuke by his neck, has a kunai, and slices into his chest, not his chest, but his stomach and his arms and his leg. Naruto says, "I guess this will be fun." Naruto does some hand signs. Water bubble jutsu. And this is water prison, but instead of having just water around you, there's everywhere, so you will drown. So he puts Sasuke into this. And Itachi isn't in the Akatsuki yet, just to let you know. And he sees that Naruto's planning on killing Sasuke. Naruto senses Itachi but acts like nothing. He starts walking to Sasuke. And you see something red in his hand. He sticks it into the water. And you see Sasuke seemingly die. Itachi says, "Dang it, I wasn't able to protect him." He walks out. "You will regret doing that, whoever you are. Don't play dumb. You know who I am. Murderer. You killed my little sister. And I killed your little brother. How about I kill your girlfriend next?" Naruto disappears. Itachi runs to go check on Izumi. Naruto kidnapped Izumi and said to do whatever he tells her, just so he can get Itachi. And she doesn't care since what he did to the clan. So he makes a clone and is spilling with blood on the floor. And a Naruto clone that isn't transformed into Izumi says, "I guess we were too late. Again." And then how about I go kill your niece or your cousin? And he disappears again. Naruto goes and kills his actual cousin, Itama, but he doesn't kill him, actually does the same thing, but he's a baby, so he just makes a clone. And yeah, so Itachi sees blood. And Naruto runs to Itachi, stabbing him in his stomach. Now you know how it feels to lose somebody who's the most precious to you. Naruto's crying. And Naruto is thinking, why? And he kicks Itachi off his sword. "You know what? Go check on Izumi. She's alive. She and everybody who I killed isn't dead." He kicks Itachi in the side, breaking a couple of ribs. Naruto walks to the Hokage's office. But before he does, he learns a simple sealing jutsu. And he starts storing radiation. All the radiation in his body went into the seal. And this is basically the Bakugo seal, but on his hands. But it's a swirl like the Uzumaki symbol. And Naruto's pretty worn out, but the radiation will just regenerate in due time. So the next day, Naruto wakes up and he says, finally. He stores half of the radiation in himself inside of the seal, And he starts walking towards Actually, no. Danzo, he thinks. He walks towards Danzo's hideout. And he knows where this is because Danzo isn't slick with it. So he walks in and just sees Ruambu. Get him. Get that boy. Orochimaru needs his body. Naruto just kills them all. You're next. Naruto runs up, places a seal on his eye. And he knows what he did to Shisui. Naruto rips out Shisui's eye. After taking off the seal right after. So you think you're cool. Thinking you're cool. Getting an Uchiha to kill his family. And getting him to kill my family. You don't have family, you demon. Naruto, he thinks after I get my revenge, I think I'll be fine. Naruto runs up, slicing off his arm. Naruto runs up, stabs him in his stomach, kicking him down to the ground. Naruto creates clones on clones that have swords. They stick them into his arms, legs, stomach, just to where he won't die. And he says, no, you will suffer what I have suffered. Naruto, he makes all his clones pull them down, making slices into Danzo's skin. Naruto says, how about you suffer a little more? Naruto pushes his sword into the side of his neck, cutting through, almost chopping off his head, and he does. And Naruto walks to the Hiruzen's office. I know what my father told you to do. He told you to protect me. He told you to take care of me. But no, you just let Danzo kill my only family. Stop drinking her stuff.